Imagine this. You've just stepped onto your cruise ship. The sea breeze hits your face, the music plays softly in the background, and the horizon seems endless. The crew welcomes you with bright smiles, and you feel that wave of excitement, that sense of freedom that comes from knowing your meals, entertainment, and cabin are already paid for. You think to yourself, this is going to be a carefree vacation. But as you wander through the ship, something subtle begins to happen. You notice the glittering boutiques, the spa that smells like heaven, the buzzing casino, and the signs promising exclusive onboard offers. Every corner whispers, spend a little more, enjoy a little more. It's designed to feel effortless. Swipe your card, sign your name, and keep the good times rolling. And that's exactly where so many travelers, even experienced ones, fall into the trap. Because when you're on a cruise, money doesn't feel real. It's all digital, invisible, wrapped up in the magic of vacation mode, until the bill arrives. A few weeks later, you open your credit card statement and realize that the $100 spa splurge, the $200 duty-free watch, and that little Wi-Fi package have turned into hundreds in extra charges, fees, and interest. Suddenly, that perfect trip leaves a not-so-perfect aftertaste. That's why today, we're breaking it all down. The 15 cruise purchases you should never put on your credit card. These are the quiet traps that catch even the savviest travelers off guard. But more importantly, we'll look at what smart cruisers do instead. Real, practical habits that let you enjoy every luxury at sea without the financial hangover once you're home. So grab your notepad because this isn't just another list of cruise tips. This is a blueprint for cruising smarter, lighter, and freer. Let's dive in. Number 1. Onboard cash advances. The silent debt trap. It's one of the easiest mistakes to make. You're halfway through your cruise, running low on cash for souvenirs or tips, and you see that handy ATM or casino cashier desk right on board. You think, I'll just grab a quick $200. No big deal. But here's the truth most passengers don't realize. The moment you swipe your credit card for cash, your bank flags it as a cash advance. And that's when the hidden fees start piling up. You'll pay a transaction fee of around 3 to 5%, plus interest from the very first day. No grace period like regular purchases. And the rate? Often 25% APR or higher. Let's put that in perspective. If you take out $200, you could easily end up paying $240 or more by the time it's paid off. Do that a few times and suddenly your small emergency cash turns into a serious chunk of debt. To make matters worse, cruise ship ATMs themselves often charge extra service fees on top of your banks. It's a double hit. One from the ship, one from your card company. So what do seasoned travelers do? They plan ahead. Before your cruise, withdraw a small amount of local currency for each port, just enough for snacks, tips, or small purchases. Or use a travel debit card or prepaid travel wallet that lets you take out cash with no foreign transaction fees. Some savvy cruisers even load funds onto rechargeable travel cards so they can access cash without ever touching their main credit line. The key is simple. Keep your credit card for protection, not for cash. Because when you borrow at sea, you're not just withdrawing money. You're inviting interest to sail with you. Number 2. Duty-free shopping sprees. The mirage of deals. Few things feel more tempting than a glittering duty-free shop on a cruise ship. The perfume, the watches, the jewelry. It's like walking into an airport luxury mall that just happens to float on the ocean. The signs promise tax-free savings and exclusive onboard prices, and it feels like the perfect time to treat yourself. But here's the secret. Duty-free doesn't always mean deal-free. Many of those so-called bargains are no cheaper than what you'd find online or in port. In fact, cruise lines often inflate prices to make the discounts look bigger. They know exactly how to trigger impulse buys. Soft lighting, free samples, limited-time signs, and that relaxed vacation state of mind where logic takes a backseat to emotion. The biggest trap? Swiping your credit card makes it painless. You don't feel the hit immediately. You just think, why not? I deserve this. But when that statement arrives, that $300 bottle of cologne, or half off, designer watch can feel like an anchor pulling you under. Here's what the experts do instead. Treat the duty-free shop as entertainment, not opportunity. If you really want to buy something big, a watch, jewelry, or electronics, do your homework before your cruise. Compare prices online, check retail listings, and set a clear spending limit. And here's a tip from experienced cruisers. Shop in port, not on board. In many destinations, local stores carry the same brands at better prices, and you can sometimes negotiate or find unique, handcrafted alternatives. Plus, supporting local artisans puts your money where it makes a difference. So next time that tax-free deal calls your name, take a step back. Ask yourself, would I still buy this if I saw it in a regular store at home? If the answer is no, walk away. Because real luxury isn't what you buy. It's knowing you didn't overpay for the illusion of a deal. Number 3. Overpriced excursions. Booked on board, the comfort trap that costs you more. Now, let's talk about one of the biggest spending traps on any cruise, the shore excursions. When you're on board, it feels so convenient. The cruise line advertises snorkeling in turquoise waters, ziplining over rainforests, or touring ancient ruins. All perfectly organized and guaranteed to get you back before the ship leaves. You think, great, I'll just book right here and charge it to my card. But what most passengers don't realize is that those excursions are heavily marked up, often by 30% to 60%. The local tour company may charge $60 per person for that snorkeling trip, while the cruise line sells the same experience for $100 or more. That extra $40 goes straight into the cruise line's pocket, and when you pay by credit card on board, it feels painless. You're not physically handing over cash. You're just tapping a card in that relaxed vacation state of mind. The pain comes later, when you're home, looking at a bill hundreds of dollars higher than expected. Even worse, onboard excursions are often non-refundable. If bad weather hits, or you decide to sleep in instead of joining that early morning tour, too bad, your credit card has already been charged. So what's the smarter way? Book in advance or book independently. Check out well-rated tour operators on sites like TripAdvisor, Viator, or Get Your Guide. Many of them guarantee that you'll make it back to the ship on time, just like cruise-sponsored tours, but for a fraction of the cost. Smaller, local companies also offer more personal experiences, smaller groups, and a more authentic feel of the destination. And here's a pro tip. If you're nervous about reliability, look for ship missed guarantees. These companies promise to cover your travel to the next port if anything goes wrong. That's peace of mind and smart budgeting rolled into one. The truth is, cruise lines count on your convenience impulse. But seasoned travelers know that saving money often comes down to one thing: a little preparation before you sail. Number 4. Spa treatments at sea. Relaxation that can ruin your budget. You're walking down the hallway and the smell of eucalyptus and lavender drifts through the air. Soft music hums in the background, and a friendly staff member invites you to try a special today-only massage. After a few days of buffets and sunbathing, your body's aching a little. You think, why not treat myself? And that's how it begins. But here's the thing. Cruise ship spas are some of the most expensive spas in the world. A 60-minute massage that costs $80 on land can easily run between $180 to $250 at sea. Add a mandatory 18-20% service charge, and you're suddenly paying as much as $300 for 1 hour of relaxation. And that's before they start the product upsell. At the end of your treatment, your therapist might recommend a special oil or a miracle serum to take home. These products can easily add another $150 or more. And when you swipe your credit card, it doesn't feel real until that statement comes in and you realize you spent the price of a plane ticket on lotion. Now, don't get me wrong, you deserve to relax on vacation, but there's a smarter way to do it. If you really love the spa experience, book during port days. That's when most passengers are off the ship, so the spa offers big discounts, sometimes up to 40% off. Or check the daily newsletter. Last-minute deals often pop up on sea days. And if you're looking for a massage with a view, try one in port instead. Many resorts and beachfront spas offer the same treatments, sometimes better, for half the price. Plus, you'll enjoy local charm and scenery that no ship's interior can match. Here's the golden rule. Relax your body, not your budget. A spa day should leave you refreshed, not financially stressed. Number 5. Wi-Fi packages. Paying more for less connection. Let's be honest, in today's world, most of us can't go a full day without checking our phones. So when the cruise line offers Wi-Fi for just $20 to $30 per day, it feels like a small price to stay connected. You swipe your card without a second thought. But here's the harsh truth. Cruise Wi-Fi is one of the worst values at sea. Even with all the new satellite systems like Starlink, connection speeds can still be slow. especially when you're far from land. You'll deal with dropped calls, buffering, and frustration, all while paying premium hotel prices for internet that can barely handle a photo upload. And for families or couples, the costs multiply fast. Each person needs their own plan, so a family of 4 could easily spend $400 to $600 per cruise, just for basic connectivity. When you pay with a credit card, it's deceptively easy. It's a digital purchase in a digital world, so it doesn't sting until you see the total. Here's how smart cruisers handle it. Buy Wi-Fi before your cruise. Most cruise lines offer early bird discounts of up to 30%. And if you don't need to be online all the time, go for pay-as-you-go options or log on only when necessary. Or even better, wait until you're in port. Most ports now have free or low-cost Wi-Fi at cafes, terminals, or local restaurants. You can check your messages, post your photos, and then go back to enjoying your vacation, offline and stress-free. Some tech-savvy travelers also use international eSIMs or portable Wi-Fi devices that work across countries at a fraction of the cruise line's cost. The truth is, the internet can wait. The ocean view, the laughter, the sunsets, those moments are real and irreplaceable. Paying hundreds of dollars for spotty Wi-Fi? That's a connection you can afford to miss. Number 6. Casino chips. The fun that turns into financial fire. The casino on a cruise ship is a world of its own. Bright lights, the rhythmic sound of slot machines, the soft shuffle of cards, and the friendly dealers who seem to know your name by day 2. It's exciting, it's glamorous, and after a few cocktails, it's easy to forget one crucial detail. Every dollar you swipe for casino chips is treated by your bank as a cash advance. That means the second you buy in, the meter starts running. Instant fees of 3-5%, no grace period, and interest rates that can soar past 25% APR. You might think you're playing with luck, but you're really gambling with borrowed money. And here's the kicker. If you lose, you're still paying interest on what you no longer have. I once met a couple on a Caribbean cruise who shared this painful lesson. They'd planned a small casino budget, $200 each. But instead of using cash, they kept swiping just a little more. By the end of the week, their total wasn't $400, it was $200 plus $70 in interest fees before they even got home. Their vacation fund turned into a financial hangover that lasted months. The smarter move: always bring cash for casino play. Set a fixed amount you're comfortable losing, maybe $100 a night or whatever fits your budget, and once it's gone, walk away. It's entertainment, not investment. If you absolutely must use a card, check ahead with your credit card provider. A few travel cards treat casino charges as normal purchases, though that's rare. Most of the time, the safest bet you can make is knowing when not to bet at all. Remember, on a cruise, the casino isn't just taking your chips. It's testing your self-control. The ocean outside is endless, but your credit limit shouldn't be. Number 7. Drink packages. The unlimited illusion that costs. You double it sounds perfect, doesn't it? One flat fee, and suddenly every cocktail, beer, soda, or cappuccino is free. No need to think, no need to sign. Just endless drinks and good times. But as many passengers discover, the all-you-can-drink package can quietly become one of the most expensive decisions on your entire trip. Most cruise lines charge between $70 and $100 per person per day for these packages. And here's the fine print. If one person in a cabin buys it, everyone of drinking age must buy it too. So if you're traveling as a couple and one of you barely drinks, too bad, you're both paying. Now, let's do the math. To break even, you'd need to drink 6-8 alcoholic beverages per day, every day. And that's not counting the mornings you skip, the port days you spend ashore, or the nights you just want water and sleep. What makes it worse is that these packages often exclude premium brands, bottled water, specialty coffees, and energy drinks. So even after buying the unlimited deal, you might still find yourself swiping for extras. Paying with a credit card only adds to the illusion. The number feels abstract, distant. You think, it's vacation, I'll make it worth it. But at the end of the week, you realize you've spent $800 or more for drinks you barely enjoyed. The smart approach: be honest about your habits. If you're a light to moderate drinker, skip the package. Buy drinks individually, use onboard credits, or bring a bottle or two of wine if the cruise line allows it. Another secret: Many ships let you pre-purchase drink credits at a discount before sailing, or they run happy hour specials on board. That way, you still sip in style, without drowning your budget. Because at sea, moderation isn't just good for your health. It's good for your wallet too. Number 8. Art auctions. The champagne trap that preys on emotion. You walk into a bright lounge filled with music and laughter. A smiling auctioneer waves a glass of free champagne at you and says, "Come in, have a drink, just browse, no pressure." The art is colorful, the atmosphere lively, and before long, you're nodding along as the bids start flying. This limited edition print is appraised at $5,000. But today, you can own it for only $2,000. It sounds like an incredible opportunity. You sip your bubbly, your heart races, and before you know it, your hand is up. The applause fills the room, you swipe your card, and just like that, you're the proud owner of a valuable investment. But here's the sobering truth. Most cruise ship art auctions sell mass-produced prints, not rare originals. The valuations are often inflated, and the resale value is a fraction of what you paid. I've met passengers who brought their investment pieces home, only to learn they were worth less than $200. And credit cards make it dangerously easy. You don't feel the weight of the decision, not until the bill arrives weeks later. That's when the free champagne starts tasting a lot more bitter. Smarter travelers know this rule. Enjoy the show, but don't buy under pressure. Art auctions on board are designed for entertainment, not investment. If you truly love art, support local artists in port instead. You'll find unique handmade pieces with real stories, not mass-printed imitations. You'll pay less, you'll meet the artist, and you'll take home a memory that's genuinely yours. Here's something I always remind fellow travelers. On a cruise, emotion sells faster than logic. The best souvenirs are the ones that enrich your memories, not the ones that inflate your debt. Number 9. Onboard photos. Priceless memories that come with a price tag. It's hard to resist. The moment you board the ship, a smiling photographer greets you, camera ready. You strike a pose against the ocean backdrop, thinking, why not? It's just for fun. Later that evening, you're dressed up for formal night, and another photographer appears, lights flashing, compliments flowing, telling you how great you look. Fast forward a few days and you're walking through the ship's photo gallery. There they are. Your pictures displayed beautifully under soft lighting, framed and ready to buy. You feel a tug at your heart. These are our memories. We should get them all. But here's the truth. Those photos come with a premium price. A single print can cost $25, $35, and packages often run $200, $400. For families or groups, it adds up fast, especially when you pay by credit card, where each swipe feels small and harmless. I once met a couple who spent nearly $500 on cruise photos, convinced they were buying once-in-a-lifetime memories. When they got home, half of the photos ended up in a drawer, forgotten. So what's the smarter approach? Be selective. Choose 1 or 2 photos that truly capture the essence of your trip. Maybe that sunset shot or your first night on board. Skip the rest. Many ships now offer digital options, letting you buy high-quality downloads instead of bulky prints. Or go one step further. Bring a smartphone tripod or ask a fellow passenger to snap photos of you. With modern phone cameras, you'll get beautiful shots without the high cost. And if you do want professional pictures, consider booking a short private photo session on board or in port. You'll get more control, better quality, and often more photos for less money. The point isn't to stop capturing memories. It's to stop overpaying for them. After all, the best moments aren't the ones hanging on the wall. They're the ones that stay in your heart long after the cruise ends. Number 10. Jewelry and luxury goods. When duty-free becomes debt-filled. You've seen them. Those gleaming jewelry boutiques on board, promising exclusive deals and tax-free luxury. Diamonds that sparkle under perfect lighting, designer watches, gold bracelets, all displayed to make you feel like royalty at sea. The salespeople are charming, the music is soft, and the words "limited offer" echo just enough to make your heart race. It feels like the ultimate souvenir. After all, who doesn't want a bit of sparkle to remember their vacation? But here's what most passengers never realize until it's too late. Cruise ship jewelry stores are not the bargain they appear to be. Yes, you're avoiding local taxes, but the base prices are often inflated to begin with. Many cruise lines operate these shops through third-party luxury retailers who set prices well above market value. And once you swipe your credit card, returning that item becomes almost impossible. After the cruise ends, warranty claims and refunds turn into a nightmare of phone calls and emails, often with no success. One woman I spoke with purchased a diamond ring for nearly $4,000, convinced she was getting a special onboard price. When she had it appraised back home, it was worth barely $1,800. Smarter strategy: do your research before your cruise. Know what the jewelry or watch you want costs at home or online. If the onboard shop truly beats those numbers, great. But only buy if you were already planning that purchase. Otherwise, keep your card tucked away. For something truly meaningful, browse local artisan markets in port. You'll find handmade pieces crafted by local jewelers. Authentic, affordable, and full of story. It's a purchase that supports the people you meet, not the corporate markup at sea. Because real treasure isn't about carats or brands. It's about connection and memory. And no credit card swipe can buy that kind of value. Number 11. Travel insurance purchased onboard. The panic buy. That protects little. It's your second or third day at sea. You overhear someone talking about how they broke an ankle on a past cruise and had to pay thousands out of pocket for treatment. Suddenly, a wave of anxiety hits you. You realize, I didn't buy travel insurance. You head to the guest services desk, ask about coverage, and they smile kindly. No problem, they say. You can add it right now. Just swipe your card. But here's the hidden truth. Buying travel insurance on board is one of the most expensive and least effective ways to protect yourself. These cruise line policies are often basic, covering minor trip cancellations or luggage loss, but offering very limited medical coverage, especially for evacuation or emergencies abroad. And the price? Often double what you'd pay if you bought in advance through a third-party provider. By the time you're on board, your options are limited, and your fear makes you an easy sail. You're not really buying coverage. You're buying peace of mind in a panic. Here's the smarter move. Always purchase comprehensive travel insurance before you sail. Compare options using reputable sites like Squaremouth or Insure My Trip, and look for plans that include medical evacuation, trip interruption, and cancel for any reason coverage. These policies typically cost less and protect more. Another little-known fact. Some premium credit cards already include basic travel insurance when you use them to book your trip. But you must check the details before you rely on it. Remember, travel insurance is like a life jacket. You hope you never need it, but if you do, you'll be grateful it's the right kind. Buying it on board? That's like grabbing a leaky floaty when the waves start rising. Number 12. Medical services on board. The hidden cost of care at sea. Nobody plans to get sick on vacation. But sometimes, after a few days of sun, cocktails, and buffets, you wake up with a sore throat, seasickness, or worse, a sudden fever. You visit the ship's medical center for peace of mind, and after a short checkup and a few medications, they hand you the bill. It's higher than you expected, but you swipe your credit card and move on. Here's what most cruisers don't realize. Those onboard medical charges can quickly balloon into hundreds, sometimes thousands, of dollars. And if you pay with a credit card, there's an extra sting. Many banks treat medical bills from foreign-registered ships as cash-like transactions. That means you could be hit with foreign transaction fees, interest charges from day one, and difficulties filing insurance claims later. Cruise doctors are skilled, but the clinics operate independently, more like private international facilities than your neighborhood clinic back home. They often bill in US dollars, but from offshore accounts, which can trigger unexpected currency fees. So what's the smarter move? Always travel with comprehensive health coverage that includes international medical care. If you need to visit the doctor on board, ask for an itemized invoice and choose to have it billed to your onboard account rather than directly to your credit card. This gives you time to contact your travel insurer once you're home and handle reimbursement properly. And one more thing. Before your cruise, check whether your regular health insurance covers care at sea or in foreign ports. If it doesn't, a short-term travel medical plan can save you from nasty surprises later. The key isn't to avoid care. It's to avoid letting a moment of illness turn into a long-term financial headache. Because the only thing worse than being sick on a cruise is being sick and stuck with a bill you can't forget. Number 13. Specialty dining and room service splurges, the hidden bite of premium meals. It starts innocently enough. You're walking past the ship's steakhouse or sushi restaurant, and a friendly crew member smiles. Tonight only, chef's special menu, just $45 per person. You're already well fed from the buffet, but the lighting, the aroma, and the exclusivity pull you in. You swipe your card. And the next night, another specialty restaurant catches your eye. Before you know it, you've turned a fully inclusive dining experience into a series of luxury meals that cost more than your flight to the port. Cruise lines have become masters of upselling food. Once upon a time, everything on board was included. Now there are specialty menus, exclusive chef's tables, wine-pairing dinners, and even room service fees that sneak onto your account for midnight snacks. Individually, these add-ons seem harmless. $25 here, $40 there. But together, they can add hundreds to your bill, especially if they're all charged to a credit card where the numbers blur into one long swipe. Here's the smarter way to indulge. Pre-purchase dining packages before your cruise. They're often discounted 20–30%. Or use your onboard credit for special meals rather than charging them to your card. Choose one or two memorable experiences, maybe a steakhouse night for an anniversary or a sushi dinner with friends, and skip the rest. And don't forget the ship's main dining room. Many first-time cruisers overlook it, but the truth is, it already serves exceptional multi-course meals that are included in your fare. You've already paid for great food, you just need to enjoy it. Remember, a cruise is about freedom, not feeding a corporate appetite. The most satisfying meal isn't always the one that costs more. It's the one that lets you savor every bite without guilt or debt. Number 14. Souvenir shopping and gift shops. The sneaky power of small swipes. Souvenirs are emotional. You see a keychain with your ship's logo, a t-shirt from the Onboard boutique, a stuffed dolphin for your grandchild, and your heart says yes before your head has a chance to think. It's only $10, you tell yourself, then another $20, then $30. But those small swipes add up faster than you think, especially on a cruise where every purchase is connected to your cabin card or credit account. By the end of the trip, many passengers are shocked to discover they've spent $300, $500 on trinkets they barely remember buying. Cruise gift shops are cleverly designed to tap into nostalgia and impulse. They place souvenirs along the route to the theater, the dining hall, and even near elevators. And because you're in a happy, relaxed state, maybe with a cocktail in hand, it's easy to fall for the limited edition or collectible signs. The smarter way to bring home memories. Set a souvenir budget in cash before your cruise starts. Give yourself or your family a set amount, say $50 or $100 total, and stick to it. That simple act of awareness keeps spending intentional. Even better, save your shopping for local markets in port. You'll find handmade crafts, local spices, art, and textiles that carry far more meaning than mass-produced trinkets from the ship's boutique. Not only will you spend less, but your money will also support local communities. Something worth feeling proud of. If you love collecting keepsakes, try creating a travel ritual. Maybe one fridge magnet per destination, or a photo journal with handwritten notes. Those mementos cost little but capture everything. Because in the end, the best souvenirs don't come from a checkout counter. They come from the stories you'll tell when you get home. Number 15. Future cruise deposits. The temptation that anchors you. Too soon. It's the last night of your cruise. The mood is perfect. The ocean glows under the moonlight, the band plays your favorite song, and you're already dreaming about your next adventure. Then, an announcement comes over the loudspeaker or appears on your cabin TV. Book your next cruise today and receive exclusive onboard perks, reduced deposits, free upgrades, or extra onboard credit. It sounds irresistible. The idea of locking in another trip while you're still basking in post-cruise bliss feels like a great deal. You walk to the booking desk, the staff smiles warmly, and they make it even easier. You don't have to choose a date now, just leave a deposit. It's fully flexible. So you swipe your credit card thinking it's a smart move. But here's where the trap hides. Those exclusive deals often aren't exclusive at all. Many of the same offers, or even better ones, are available online later through travel agents or promotions. Sometimes, booking later gives you more cabin options, loyalty perks, or discounted rates. Worse, if your travel plans change, those deposits can be non-refundable or hard to transfer, depending on the cruise line's fine print. And when you pay with a credit card, you're committing future money for a future trip you haven't even planned, often paying interest long before you ever step on board again. The smarter approach: take the brochure, thank the staff, and think about it at home. Research online or talk with a trusted travel advisor who can compare multiple cruise lines and find better incentives. If you truly love cruising, you'll find another opportunity. And it might even save you hundreds. Because sometimes, the best way to plan your next voyage is to finish enjoying the one you're already on. Cruising is one of life's greatest pleasures, a chance to relax, explore, and reconnect with the world beyond the shore. But in this age of contactless payments and easy swipes, it's never been easier to overspend without realizing it. Every purchase on board is designed to feel seamless and harmless, until the credit card bill arrives like an unexpected wave. Yet here's the truth every experienced cruiser eventually learns. It's not about spending less, it's about spending smarter. Use your credit card for what it's meant for: protection, convenience, and rewards, not for impulse or emotional buying. Bring cash or a travel debit card for small expenses. Book excursions and Wi-Fi in advance. Read the fine print before buying insurance and always ask yourself, would I still make this purchase if I were at home? When you start to see your money as part of your experience, not separate from it, your travels change. You begin to savor things differently. That ocean view feels richer when you know it's fully paid for. That sunset drink tastes sweeter when it's not sitting on 25% interest. Because the real goal of travel isn't to collect receipts, it's to collect memories. The laughter at dinner, the sound of the waves, the feeling of freedom when you realize the world is bigger than your worries. Those are the things you take home. So the next time you're tempted by a today-only offer or a glowing boutique window, take a breath, smile, and remind yourself, the smartest purchase you can make on a cruise is the peace of mind of coming home debt-free. Your voyage isn't just across the ocean. It's toward a wiser, lighter way to live.